All right, I'm with the blues band here. I say that because you chose to play The Thrill Is Gone by B.B. King, your 1950s selection. So let's start with Wesley here on lead guitar. How was it for you?
All right.
Standard? Is it standard blues for you?
Yeah, standard blues. You know, obviously, B.B. King uses half step bends and wide vibrato and
Nice.
yeah, and it's obviously quite slow.
Did you play it in the original key?
I thought it was he did it live in C.
Yeah.
We found, but then we also found that
It said B on the website, didn't it?
So what did you choose?
C.
It's in C?
Yeah.
Cool. What sort of scale were you using when you were...
It would just be standard blues pentatonic.
Okay.
Minor.
And that's what you used as your blueprint for the
Yeah.
solo?
Basically, yeah.
Okay, sweet. All right. So what was your role in this? Were you rhythm,
I
lead?
played rhythm, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And what were the challenges? Did you have a drummer to play too?
Yeah, Joe was drumming.
Yeah,
And,
cool.
And yeah, we took a few goes, and then after, I'd say like the third one, I think it probably was, we started to get in sync, and it went quite well, I thought.
Nice. Now, is it a standard blues number, would you say?
Yeah, I'd say it's like the most standard blues, really, B.B. King, isn't it?
So,
Like slow blues.
would it be
yeah.
a 12-bar blues?
It was
in
in
its
a sort of
structure?
sense, wasn't it? But it was like less of a.
So it goes from C to F, maybe,
Yeah,
and then a
C,
D, C,
yeah. C, F,
or G, F, C.
yeah.
It was like the basic notes of a 12
Yeah,
bar, but it was
nice.
chords.
It's fairly easy for you. Are there any tricky chords in there? Any cheeky little sevenths going
the
on?
G7th was a little bit awkward to start with, but apart from that, it was fine because it's just one finger. So
Nice. Did you have to change it from the original?
not really.
No? Okay. Well, let's move on for Phoebe. Hello, Phoebe. So your lead vocals on that. Now, it doesn't seem to be a very hard song to learn lyrically because there's only like one lyric, right? So what's your challenge as a vocalist when you've got such a sort of simple song? How do you make it sort of engaging for 2-3 minutes?
Just experiment really, like change it up a bit more, like make the variety and change the variety instead of doing the same old thing over and over again.
So when it's a blues song, what do you think people are wanting to get out of it in terms of the way it makes them feel?
I do not know. So.
Well, it's blues, so I guess it's kind of melancholy, kind of sad, happy to be sad, right?
Yeah.
So you've got to put a lot of passion into the vocal performance, haven't you? Like, do you feel like you did that, or is it something you need to sort of work on more?
I think that's something I need to work on more.
Yeah. All right. Well, cool. Well, thanks for being honest. All right, Mr. Drums, tell us about the drumming on this. Pretty standard, or were you putting in anything interesting for us?
With blues, it was pretty simple, to be honest. But I also looked at the different factors of the fact that, like Phoebe said, with variety, with drums you need to put more emphasis with other parts. Like you've got to ride something, you've got to go very lightly on it. But sometimes on the snare you've got to go much heavier
Nice.
to give a louder bang with it, to like go with the guitar.
So it's kind of like the motion of the ocean.
Yeah.
You're rolling with the events around you, right? So
Yeah.
solos coming up, you're going to build up the drama with the drums. Lead vocal comes in, you're going to hang back and give it space.
Pretty
That's a
much.
good skill to learn. You know, don't matter how experienced you are. If you're like, for example, if you're playing loads of solos over time, then Phoebe can't get in, right? So you have to give each other space. And I'm really giving it today with the solos,
Yeah.
right? Anyway, that was really good. So going forward, what sort of vibe do you want to go with the 60s? Something a bit more complex this time, maybe? More of a challenge, upbeat, or are you going to go with slow?
I think, isn't it? We're sort of thinking doing like more quick rock sort of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
faster tempo, rock and roll, thrilling, exciting.
Heavier.
All right, so you've done your ballad now, so let's go for a pure rock and roll classic.
Like Black Sabbath or something.
Yeah.
Maybe. All right, look forward to that. Cool.